Hello, folks. We're live. It's Wildcard Wednesday, you all. I'm in Louisiana. Very far northeast of me is Jesse, Bumpy Road Brewery in New Hampshire. And south to southwest of him, but certainly northeast of me, is Michael Komarov from Brooklyn, New York City, New York. All right, probably have some more people joining. Wildcard Wednesday is when people can bring anything they want, beer, wine, or liquor, iced tea, milk, I guess, water. But most people bring exciting products, or at least marginally exciting. We went long last week. It was 2 hours, but it was interesting. Now tonight, I have the Four Loko sour apple. I was reticent to buy this, and I had already reviewed it once before, and then I deleted the review and I poured the thing out. So I was kind of, I knew it would be very difficult to do, but I did it yesterday. The video was about 15 minutes. I was kind of trying to figure out. Now I'm going to add BC's beer reviews. He's up there right close to Detroit, Michigan. We'll try to update the comments best we can. BC's beer reviews. Welcome. Well, welcome.
Hey, BC, how are you?
We'll get back to BC. He's having some
technical issues.
Some technical problems, which is not anything unusual on these hangouts. All right, now. Trying to mute the mic.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's happening?
Oh, hello. Fine.
I'm glad to see I'm finally on the show, guys. BC's beer reviews. Glad to see I'm on the show and whatnot. What's happening?
Welcome. You have to turn down any background noise, though, for sure. So.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Any radio or things such as that. All right. So anyway, we'll get back to your beer momentarily. And like James P. Madonna always tells me, it's like running a switchboard. I said, I know it is. So I was reticent to review this. I didn't have any, honestly, I didn't really have any particular interest in it. I thought that it could be something worthwhile in the sense that it's out there. I see it everywhere. I said, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Well, of course it might if I keep drinking it. But so I'm going to start addressing in just a moment. But we're going to go and add James. Now, once we get up to 6 people, if you want to join, you got to wait because we're going to go do the reviews. So there's James P. Madonna in New Jersey. Hello, James.
I don't have any theme product.
Doesn't matter.
Like I said, we don't start the themes till February.
Okay. St. Valentine's Day Massacre a month. Yeah. Greetings, everybody. It's been a very, very busy television day, if you know what I mean. A lot of commotion going on.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I was looking for. I thought maybe he would, when he was being inaugurated. I was hoping he would mention Corn Pop and the kids that used to pet his hairy legs in the swimming pool. But he never mentioned that.
No.
Anyway.
Evening.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now what? Well, let's see. Now, so we have James P. Madonna in New Jersey, and then we have John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble, and BC got moved over to that area. Let's see. So we really want to go BC. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can move BC to the proper spot. I know you're muted, so we can't hear you talking. All right.
Let me go get my beer. Hold on.
I couldn't get it. All right. So I'm gonna showcase my beer, and we got Eric waiting down below. And now he doesn't mind.
He's in a dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, the waiting room, the green room. the green room. Okay, so now, last week we had a little problem with some, people talking over each other, and I said I had to put the hammer down, and James said, hammer away, and I
Could
felt
you
like Trini
imagine
Lopez,
if you had 10 people, if somebody was willing to pay for it, you lose your mind with 10 people.
I can imagine that I would hate
He
it.
does a good
So,
job when he does it on Multi Monday with 10 people, so it can be done.
He does. But it can get hectic now. But I was like Trini Lopez. If I had a hammer, all right. Anyway,
If I had a hammer. If I had a hammer.
That's right.
Oh.
So moving on, James is gonna start us off with some music.
The Blackthorn
and I'm gonna describe the.
So you can rule with an iron piece of wood. I mean, a woody. All right, music. All right, let the gladiators commence.
All right. So here is this odd object. It says on the website a flavor that's long overdue. I don't understand what that means because I don't think sour apple is that rare. Don't feel insulted if you get muted. I'm just trying to eliminate. Some people have a sort of a persistent background noise issue, but it's only been going on since 2014, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, they're saying it's new to the scene, the sour apple flavor. Well, sour beers isn't new to the scene, but it looks like the old Buzzball type thing. I think they're trying to mimic. It's a lighter green when you have the sun shining at it. It's bubbly. I think they're trying to mimic a Jolly Rancher. It's at 14%. It's about twice as strong as it needs to be. It's a camouflage type green, different shades of green. A serving is 5 ounces, but I'll be having more than a serving. The good thing about this, it's a premium malt beverage with artificial flavors, and you always want to have those artificial flavors, which plus blue #1 and food, drug, and cosmetics yellow #5, and it comes in a 23.5 ounce can. I've already had some yesterday, so they're cutting out half an ounce, which is probably a good thing. Now, let's see the comments here. Yes, cheers to you, Bumpy Road. That was a big downfall. But he'll probably. All right. Here we go. Wish me the best because I'm gonna need it. All right. That's what happens when you mix blue and yellow. You get this strange green appearance. It is highly filtered. It is a beer in a technical sense, not a beer in what we consider beer, But I got 2 for $5. Two cans for $5. So that's actually better price than what they normally sell it for around here. So I'm going to go with the nose, 14%. Man, look, I would never want to eat a Jolly Rancher sour apple candy. I know they have them. They stick to your teeth. I don't even like those kind of candies. It almost pull your teeth out. I know that's what they're going for, though. So my attitude about these kind of flavored malt beverages, flavored ales, flavored beers, if they're making it taste like they want it to taste, then they did it. They achieved their goals. So then it would be in the excellent range. So they want it to taste like a Jolly Rancher and look like one, and they achieved it. I don't have to like it. I would never want to drink it. I would never want to eat that. Okay. But really, they got a shelf in that store would look like 5 dozen cans. So I'm pretty sure everybody else was probably 3 dozen cans. Everybody else likes it. That's going in there. So the aroma is that very strong sour apple. But it's a fake type, you know, because it's not real apple. It's I don't know what they're using, sodium citrate or something crazy. And some kind of apple mimic chemical compound. Oh, cheers to you all.
Cheers.
Salud.
The taste.
Salud. Salud.
Thank you very much. The taste. That's so tart. It almost makes your lips pucker. It's like, ooh. Then the alcohol is so strong. You know, 28 proof. It's just a, I don't know, like a vodka type thing. They're taking the barley malt and they're trying to make it like a vodka anyhow and add flavoring to it. It's pretty simple. The body's light thing, but then you can feel that viscosity as you sip on it. It gets a little oily, or not oily. Well, you know, like the candy, like the Jolly Rancher gets that kind of confectionery grossness thing. Kind of a sweet finish. I don't know if you like going to a state fair and eating all that food, that candy stuff, you know, cotton candy and that kind of thing. Go ahead and drink it. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, but I probably will. Well, that's it. I still got the sour grape in the fridge. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that, but woo, woof. This is produced in Memphis, Tennessee. It's also produced in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and it's also produced in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. So they got 3 contractors making it for them. And the company that makes Four Loko is called Fusion Projects. Now we're going to go to a bumpy road, and then I'm going to drop off, and I'm going to add Thomas Metal 75, who's on next, and then Nina's waiting too. So I'm not leaving. I'm still driving the buggy, so don't forget. All right.
All right. Well, the brew that I'm bringing tonight is Reissdorf Kölsch. It is the classic Kölsch. It's 4.8% ABV. I have this in the 500 ml bottle. I've had Kölsches, but they're always considered a Kölsch style because I've never actually had one from Cologne, Germany, in which this one comes from Cologne, Germany. So this is my first ever authentic Kölsch. Really excited about it. I do like the Kölsch style. I actually have my own. I have a couple variants. I have Kobe, which is interesting. It's named it after my other dog, Kobe. And the interesting thing was I brewed the beer, I named the beer, and then I read the history of Kölsches. And it turns out that Kobe's are actually the wait staff that deliver Kölsch style beers in Germany, in Cologne, Germany. So it fit very well for that. But I've never actually had an authentic Kölsch. My first time ever doing so. So excited about it. There's no date on this, so I don't know. It's probably not that fresh, especially making it here to America. Most of these you want to drink fairly fresh. It's kind of what they do in Cologne. They brew them up. They serve them pretty much the only style they really serve in Cologne, and they serve them a lot. So they go through batches fairly quick. So you want to keep them fresh for the most part. It's just something to do with the style, but very nice white, tight bubbled head. The color of the beer itself is a nice straw gold color, very, very carbonated. and clear. Looks a lot like a Pilsner. And the Kölsch was kind of a battle for the whole thing when lagers and Pilsners were becoming very large throughout Germany. And that one region was a little bit warmer than some portions of Germany, and they wanted to still produce an ale. So that's where the style kind of came from. The aromas on it, it's got a little bit of a spicy, zesty fruitiness. There's some bready malt present. I'd say maybe a touch of lemon. It smells like a lot of Pilsner smell. It's got a really good smell to it. You're getting the mix between the nice possible noble hops that are used and the grain bill. It's probably pretty similar to a Pilsner. So the fruitiness probably coming from the yeast being fermented a little bit warmer than a lager yeast. Let's get into the flavors now. So cheers.
Cheers, Jesse.
Prost.
Mazel tov.
Wrong country.
Yeah, very like cracker-esque. Slight bit of breadiness from the malt. There is kind of a slight fruity, a little bit of a citrusy hoppiness to the flavor. Very, very light. Does go into this kind of herbal bitterness. It's not too bitter. It's on the lower side. Very light body. Can't tell. It's extremely carbonated, very well effervescent, and it does leave a nice drying palate, which is it's by design. It makes you want to quench your thirst and go back and drink more and more. So it's got a very clean mouth presence to it, crisp, and it's good. It's a good drink, very good drink. So I'll be back with my final thoughts on the Reissdorf Kölsch out of Cologne, Germany. Authentic Kölsch. It's a beautiful style. Cheers.
Excellent. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Hello, everybody. The light is shining, so you really can't see the silver can that well. But this is Goose Island Next Coast IPA, and it's 7% ABV, 40 IBUs, and it's from Goose Island, an InBev company. Let's see what it looks like in the glass. We'll try to do a non-big head pour. I've been pretty lucky with these pours lately. Kind of proud of myself. I've been going crazy. Anyway, let's see what we got here. A lot of carbonation, kind of a golden look to the beer. About a 2-finger white head. Nice bubbly head. Looks pretty nice. Let me get a nose on it. Definitely a hop forward front. Getting a little bit of citrus. And you're definitely getting the hops in your nose for sure. Let me give it a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael. Skull.
Okay. It's 7% alcohol, and the alcohol is muted a little bit, so you can't really tell. You can't taste the alcohol in it. Medium mouthfeel. You're getting, like I say, you're getting the hops pretty heavy duty in it. The 40 IBUs you can get. It is kind of bitter. Citrus again. Let me see what else I'm going to get. It's mostly citrus. It's a hop-forward kind of IPA. Pretty straightforward. I do like this better than their regular IPA, which I think is 5.9% and a little bit more in the IBUs. This one seems to be more balanced than the regular IPA, so I do like this better. And the carbonation is nice in the drink as well. I'll come back for a number after everybody else does their review.
James, you're muted.
You're quiet.
Oh,
Bam.
my suggestion to that man is Big Bowl Barley Bonanza. That guy that's making a barley wine. Anyway, nice nice T-shirt that the Jesse has. Anyway, I got Barceló Dominican Rum Gran Añejo Dark Series, and
Looks nice.
what's that?
Looks nice.
Yeah, 40% alcohol by volume, a blend of rums aged in charred oak barrels for a balanced taste and exceptional smoothness. And it was it's imported by Ross International, Miramar, Florida, Shaw and Ross International. Reminds me of strong version of like Black Cat from Suriname. It had a very strong flavor, and as well as smoothness from being extra aged. It's like a combination of both. I have the molasses aroma and flavor with the smoothness of an añejo. I mean, it's not as dark as, let's say, the blackstrap Navy rum, like the Cruzan, or what is that? Gosling, the one.
Goslings.
Yeah, that's it, with the seal. Yeah, and then or maybe Myers Dark, but I guess compared to aged rums, it's dark. Mo, yeah. Larry says, "How do you like your eggs, Mo?" He says, "Sunny side down, but don't turn them over." Excellent molasses and the smoothness of añejo. I still have to try Ron DeJeremy's rum. I haven't done that yet. Haven't found it. Outstanding. I think my big black cow.
Wow.
No comment.
I don't no comment. Hey, James, you said Mo. Is that Mo Green from The Godfather or Mo from the Three Stooges?
No, Mo. Oh yeah, that Mo. No, no, it's Mo.
Molasses.
Was that Mo Green that fought Mike Tyson, or is that, or he? What was his first?
A bullet in the eye.
Yeah, his last name was Green. He said, "I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna knock him out." I remember him. He was loud.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mo, but anyway, Mo Howard. Yeah.
Was having some fun. Just having
Yeah. Last name was Horowitz. He was a Lithuanian Jew from Brooklyn. That's what they. Yeah, that's the Mo clan. Shemp too. Anyway, and Jerome, who was curly. So I give it a pretty high rating. I like it. I would definitely get it again, but I'm still going to search for Cruzan Blackstrap Dark Rum. I think it was called Blackstrap. I don't know if it was It was the darkest one they had, and it was like Kraken. Extremely dark, very strong molasses aroma and flavor. Moses, that's right. Moses Horowitz, that's right. Jerome and Solomon was Shemp, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
people don't give enough love to Shemp from the Three Stooges. I liked him better than Curly.
Shemp was funny
That's
in
my
certain
opinion.
ways. You know, his hair used to go up in the air and flutter when he was scared. Yeah. Disorderly Disorder in the Court. That was a good episode.
Yep.
Night Court.
Yeah.
Yeah, Night Court, another good show. Anyway, going back to 80s. I love retro 80s. Woo.
Time for rambling.
Good evening, everybody. Beverage Ramble today. Yes, hope all of you had a great week, a great Wednesday.
Good inauguration.
That too, a good day. But we will go on from that and talk about beer. And today I am drinking Mardi Gras Bock from Abita, 6.5% ABV. I've had this before. I reviewed it. Of course, there will be no Mardi Gras this year, unfortunately, because of the scandemic, or as some people like to say, but I will leave that alone. But yes, so this is what the beer looks like. I've been sipping on this as well, just a little bit while everybody's been talking. Giving the review, there's a little bit of sweetness in this Bock that I'm getting. Well, since I've had it out now and I poured it in, it's kind of warmed up a little bit. I had it in the refrigerator for about a good hour or so. Well, in the freezer, then took it out, put it in the refrigerator, and we'll kind of let it give a little fullness in since we started doing this session. Very clear. A tad bit caramel flavor I'm getting from this Bock. It's extremely malty. Not extremely malty. Excuse me, take it back. It's malty, but again, I think if this sits out a little bit, the flavor comes out a bit stronger. And you just take it out of the refrigerator and start pouring it into a glass. So, again, it has some of the flavors that are popular during Mardi Gras. I won't say it has any academics. Okay. King cake is very popular around that time, but again, it has a little sweetness to it, a little caramel that kind of like. Overall, it's good. You know, nice and very flavorful. So I will give you my score at the end, everybody, and let you know what I think about it. So, yeah. Hi, BC. We can't hear you.
Turn up the volume.
We can't hear you.
You're unmuted. Unmute.
Oh,
Hello.
that's the cake with the little baby in it, right?
Yes. Unmute your audio, BC Powder. I'm going to have to go take a BC Powder. All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Bazam. What you know about that? You heard me? Time for some malt liquor. Always malt liquor.
Wow. Actually, I do like that Bud Ice. That's not so bad.
Yes.
Yeah. We got the thank you for stopping by the Rontario channel of YouTube, everybody. Today, Multi Monday. That was Monday. Wildcard Wednesday, I bring this beer called the Gumballhead from Floyds Brewing Company I think it's in Munster, Illinois. This is their 5.6%. It's an American, I guess the style is called American Pale Wheat Ale. It's a wheat beer, yeah, in general. And they are using, what do they say? It's an American wheat ale brewed with white wheat and dry hopped with hand-selected hops from the Yakima Valley, bright and refreshing with a lemony finish. Excellent. So, yeah, 35 IBUs. And the beer is your appearance of the beer. This is where the head was when the 12-ounce can poured into the glass. Lots of lacing on that one. And it's very hazy, sediment rich, just like a New England IPA would look. And small amounts of carbonation. If you really look, it's not really streaming that fast from the bottom of the glass. Now you can kind of see it. Let's get to that aroma. You're getting tons of grapefruit and that lemony note in there. There's a tad bit of resinous, oily hop aromas in this. Some toffee and caramel malts with a toasty, white, bready malt character as well. Maybe even like some honey notes. And definitely I'm getting that wheat malt element like in other wheat beers in this style. So smells, I don't know, it smells pretty similar to a New England style pale ale, not quite as hoppy as a single IPA. But let's try it. Cheers, everybody. Gumballhead.
Cheers. Cheers, darling.
Very refreshing. Tons of pale maltiness with grapefruit and lemony fruitiness right up front. I might even be getting a blueberry-ish note, but maybe my mind's playing tricks on me thinking that it's going to have a gum or a bubble gum ball kind of flavor. It's really reminding me of taking like apricot or some kind of fruit preserve and spreading that on your white bread toast. That's very similar to the flavor I'm getting. There's definitely hop oils in this next. Definitely getting that hoppy resinous flavor mixed with the orange note as it finishes. The wheat element's there, but it's not really an overly grainy beer. It's more, there you go. It's more of again, it's more like an American New England style pale ale in flavor. That's exactly what it reminds me of. And to finish off the review, the mouthfeel's on the light side of medium. Crisp, pretty clean and super refreshing. It finishes a tad on the watery side, but it's just a clean finishing beer overall, really smooth, easy drinking. You could put a couple down without any problems. So I would say you got to be more on that New England pale ale side or a pale ale fan. Don't really go into this thinking Hefeweizen or thinking a wit beer from Belgium because it's not quite like that. It's more of an American hopped version of a wheat beer. But so far, not bad. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
Mel.
back to you.
Make a J.
Cheers back to you. Cheers back to you.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. I've been sipping on mine a bit. It's a classic here. I haven't. I'm trying to get myself in the mood for this upcoming wheat beer hangout that we're doing. So I've been shopping around in the wheat beer category and picked up a shock top for $1.40 something for this single can. It's a Belgian white brewed with 5.2% ABV, which is a lot more than I thought was in this. Belgian white style wheat ale brewed with citrus peels and coriander. Now, in the past, I've had this beer, and you know, sometimes there's kind of like a body to a wheat beer where you kind of like are crunching through it. I've felt the crunchiness in this beer from orange peel, where you kind of get like this, you feel the orange peel like a zest, and it's almost like candied or something. And I don't know if you know, that's particularly that aspect of you know the brewing process, them adding that to this. I know in a lot of Belgian beers in this style, you get kind of a sediment as part of the style, which can be kind of crunchy. I've noticed that in this beer before. I'm not really picking it up today, which I was actually hoping for that property, and I do enjoy it. The first thing that I caught from this beer was in the smell, and it was very similar to the smell that I get from one of my favorites, the Genesee beer. Just like a really watery, kind of grassy, green apple almost, like what would you call it? Like hay. And, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's, a very general beer kind of a smell. And that's what I got from this, almost like as if Anheuser-Busch was brewing Genesee. You get that Anheuser-Busch water and you get that Genesee smell. And then I got the wheat body and that bit of orange, which when I really get it nice, I get that crispy like I was describing, and I wasn't getting that this time. But anyway, let me go in for the taste again. So you get kind of that blue moon characteristic, but it's a little bit on the watery side, not extremely. I get that, like I described earlier, the Anheuser-Busch water, that little bit of the Blue Moon kind of Belgian, I guess that's the ale taste in there too. So it's a simple. A lot of people go for this beer. I don't know why. I don't know why I went for it. I think it's because it's like winter. All this discussion about this, I decided to re-explore the style, and it's not a bad beer at all. I haven't had Blue Moon in a very long time, and I should probably re-explore that one. But, I seem to be enjoying this one. It's going down relatively easy. It's got a big flavor for what's in it. And again, I really think that the wateriness that I was describing is almost like a reprieve from what I normally imagine the style as. And I've been tasting a couple of wheat beers recently, and this one is not far from the crafty ones that I had been sampling. So this is kind of a good beer at the price point and readily available. Nice haze to the beer. Very little head. I appreciate it for it is what it is, and I wouldn't count this one out if you haven't had it in a while. I would pick it up and re-explore it. It's not a bad beer. It's actually a pleasant surprise for being a macro. Shock top. I'd rate it relatively high.
Quick question: where is the Blue Moon Brewing Company? I'd like to go visit that one day.
I don't know if there is a Blue Moon Brewing Company. Probably on Plank Road.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
It's on Plank Road. Plank Road. That's where it is.
Blue Moon, I can tell you where it is.
Plank Road.
Blue Moon.
What
The
is the
Blue
brewing company? I'm going to sue.
Did they win that lawsuit, or was it settled out of court?
It was tossed out. It was bullcrap.
Hey,
That
what
was
happened, what happened to BC Beer Review? Did he have technical?
Is he coming all the way from Vancouver, Canada? The signal must have gotten interrupted.
So, yeah.
Go down on my sheet as a beer observer.
Now,
They have that cocaine beer up there.
BC's Beer Reviews is located right outside of Detroit, if he's not within the Detroit city limits. Michelob Shock Top came out.
If I can see this thing. I got these blue lights over here.
Go ahead, Jay.
Just waiting like Kamala Harris. Michelob Shock Top came out. Okay, let's see. We'll take some more proactive action here. Try it again. All right, Michelob Shock Top came out in 2002. It's called Michelob Shock Top. Then they decided they're gonna separate it from Michelob and make it just Shock Top, an Anheuser-Busch thing. Secondly, the the can't get it together. The Blue Moon Brewery started out in 1995 as Sandlot Brewing. It was inside Coors Field. Made sense because Coors started Blue Moon Brewing Company, Sandlot Brewing. That guy Vila, remember that brewmaster Vila? I can't remember his first name. And then they decided to really ramp it up and not just sell it inside the baseball park, but to make it a national brand. And now here it is, 26 years later, pretty popular. James P. Madonna is right. The Cruzan Blackstrap Molasses is that super dark one. I got it for an unusually low price. And in fact, the price I got it for seemed to be some kind of error. I don't know how Total Wine could sell a regular size bottle for $8.49.
Wow.
It doesn't seem to make sense. But
From
I
the
didn't.
Virgin
Yeah, I just bought it. I said, heck, I'm buying it. You know, because like my friend Tom Jones says, you talk too much. Because what I mean by that is I was doing some part-time teaching for a university in New Orleans, and they were saying, we owe you $1,500. And I was telling them, no, you don't owe me $1,500 because you figured it out wrong. And my friend Tom was like, why you got to talk? Just take the $1,500. But they didn't give it to me. All right. Going back to Four Loko. I feel Loko drinking it, you know. They only sell them in cans. Well, actually, there is a Four Loko variant that's out in glass bottles now. It's called Pregame. And I notice sometimes when we do Wildcard Wednesday, some of the people joining have pregame, so to speak. But anyway, no big deal. No big deal. I'm going to go back to the comments in a minute. Now, Fusion Projects Four Loko people is pretty interesting. It's actually a pretty interesting story because it was four friends that were in a fraternity. I can't remember the name of it. Y'all can hear me all right? At Ohio State University. And they were into the what you call drinking culture. As you might notice, fraternities tend to be involved in that. And so what they like to do is they would go down in the basement of the frat house and they would concoct different high alcohol drinks for whatever party they were doing, which in their case was probably a continual party for 4 years. But and they said that they enjoyed mixing alcohol with caffeine, you know, coffee. So they developed this, and they had this stuff they bought from Thailand, and they were telling friends, oh yeah, this is some special stuff we imported from Thailand, and they would sell it to their college friends. But it wasn't imported from Thailand. In their case, it was just something they bought at a local Asian store. So these guys, when they graduated from Ohio State, they decided to make a high alcohol beverage company, and that's how Fusion Projects got started. And their most famous beverage is the Four Loko line, but they make many other things. So they don't do the caffeine infused anymore, though. It's easy to target Four Loko as trash, garbage, filth, scum of the earth, atrocities of mankind. Okay, I'll go along with that. But on the other hand, I mean, they're trying to make it taste like a Jolly Rancher candy with 14% alcohol. It does taste like that. I don't have to like it. I'm a little man. I'm not a big shot. You know, I don't count. So if people go to the convenience store every day and buy Four Loko, sour apple, hey, that's what matters. These guys got no big overhead, right? They're contracting out all their production, so they don't have to pay for a distillery or a warehouse or any of that. So I see the Anheuser-Busch guys walking around, the distributors, Anheuser-Busch guys walking around with 4 Loko polo shirts. So I know who's in cahoots with whom. But anyway, it's fine. I mean, I would never drink this on purpose, aside from doing a video review. But if for some bizarre reason you want to drink a beer that tastes like a Jolly Rancher or a sour apple, go ahead. Green apple. It does literally taste like the apple skins, but it's not real. But I'm going to score it. You might find this shocking, but I'm going to score this a 90. It is an excellent product in a margin. It's marginally excellent. In my booklet, it's like a D-. In my personal opinion, it's like barely drinkable. It's like horrendously bad. But in the quality sense, yeah, it's an A-, if that makes any sense. Now, Jesse's going to give his score.
Yes, I am. Just typing something real quick. And done. Okay, so my score for the Reissdorf Kölsch, I'm going to give it a 94 out of 100. It's a nice, good drink, clean, crisp, everything else. What I have noticed based off of the ones that are brewed here in the States is it does lack a bit of the pizzazz, the wham, the bigger flavors, but that's kind of what America's known for when they take on any style, is they always oomph it up a little bit. Now, Ron did mention in the chat that it reminds me kind of a cream ale. I can definitely see that, like an American cream ale from the regular Kölsch out of Cologne, Germany. It is kind of lighter based in the flavors and stuff. More like an American cream ale, so I can definitely see that. But yeah, overall, it's a good drinking beer. Decent flavors, even though very light, but very, very clean in the whole flavor profile. So I enjoyed it, and I'll continue drinking Kölsches, but more or less I'll probably hit the Kölsch style ones brewed by American brewers, just with a little bit more flavor and stuff. Plus, we don't see a lot of the ones actually coming over from Cologne. But I would really, really like to actually go into Cologne, Germany, and drink them fresh, like they're meant to be, just to see if there's a difference from what the flavors are and stuff from the bottle from here. I'm gonna take this opportunity to just say what's on Multi Mondays, the next Multi Monday, and it is going to be the Sour IPA. So Multi Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. This upcoming one is going to be Sour IPA. So everybody go out. If you haven't already picked up Sour IPA, look for a Sour IPA. Everybody's welcome to join up on panel as long as you bring said style. Plus, you just act like a normal, rational human being. Other than that, I mean, feel free to chill in the chat, drink a Sour IPA there, or whatever you feel like doing in the chat. But yeah, hopefully I can see a bunch of folks there. And cheers, and thank you for having me on, Ron. Happy Wednesday.
Okay, I am going to give the Next Coast IPA from Goose Island a 91, which is an A- in my scoring. And off the side of the can, it's brewed and packaged by Goose Island Beer Company in Chicago, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Merrimack, New Hampshire. I'm not sure where that is in relation to Bumpy, but New Hampshire is a big state. It could be close. It could be far. I don't know. But that's where mine probably came from, Merrimack, I would assume. But it's hard to tell.
Excellent. I don't know if it's yeah, go ahead, James.
Okay. By the way, Cologne, Germany is the location of the world's largest Gothic cathedral. one of my favorite buildings because it's loaded with gargoyles. Anyway, where the hell is this? I'm on thumbnail. In regards to the Barceló Gran Añejo, there we go, Gran Añejo Dark Series, and it's got the typical European lion crest that's very popular in Europe. I'm not sure if there's any lions in Europe, maybe thousands of years ago. But anyway, I digress. I give this, it's an earthquake here in New Jersey. What's going on? I give this a 98% out of 100. As far as aged dark rums go, 98% out of 100. And I hereby pardon Ronald Sutton and Eric Fraunfelter of all your sins. I pardon you. One of 100 pardons that I need to do.
I like that. Okay.
The Sultan of Soman, Eric Fraunfelter.
Oh God. Oh. Yay. I don't know about that.
Okay, everybody. Yeah, so the Mardi Gras Bock is, I say, very enjoyable. Like I said, I think it'd be better if it's a little bit, not long, but a bit warmed up a little bit, but very good flavor. As I mentioned, it's a shame that the nice little theme beer, obviously, for the time of year that goes on, obviously won't be much of that, not just here in these areas that do celebrate it. Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, whatever, and also even Carnival in Brazil and whatnot because of the pandemic. But overall, I think this is a really good beer. I think this is one of many seasonals that Abita puts out. So I'm gonna give this beer an A. So this is an A for me. That would be 9.3.
93.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. So
sounds like somebody's pooch is barking.
Yep. He's complaining because I already took him out already. So now on to the real beer, Bud Ice. Yeah.
All right, real beer. I like that beer. I still do. But this is the crazy looking guy, and if you saw a big photo of this can of the bottle art on the Three Floyds website, it's a cosmonaut, and it says and it has the Soviet name on his helmet next to his side. So he's a Soviet dude. Cosmonaut. Gumballhead. Three Floyds.
Radioactive pooch.
Pretty much, yeah. He smokes too. What do you know? Yeah, American Pale wheat ale, I guess is the style. 5.6%. Mostly the style for me. It's very hard. If you were just to be blindfolded, it'll be very hard for me to say that this wasn't just a pale ale or a New England style pale ale as opposed to like a wheat ale. Maybe they're using more wheat malt in this beer than they normally would in an American style New England IPA or pale ale. But that's what it's reminding me of, is a New England style IPA, or should I say single pale ale. I'm going to give it I guess an 88 is a good rating for that. Yeah, there's nothing like overly wow about it. It was like $12.49 for a 6-pack, so that's a good deal. Decent drinkability. It does have some hop oil and resiny flavors to it, but it's so crisp and clean. It never gets fatiguing in hop world, nor does it ever get too bitter to be unpleasant. So, yeah, good stuff. But as far as calling it a wheat beer, it's not quite what you would expect, but pretty good.
What's that score again?
88. This is one of the cheaper offerings I've found from Three Floyds, so good for the price. Yeah, $12.49.
I was surprised to see cans from Three Floyds. They always had bottles. I never knew they made cans.
All they advertise on their website is showing bottles and never the can.
It pairs very good with Munster cheese.
You probably would, actually.
Munster, Indiana.
From Munster, Indiana.
All right.
Or Pence's
Now
from?
Nina's going to give us her score. Nina's got a score.
All right, I'm gonna go for this is no worse than any macro wheat beer. So in the spirit of rating within the style, as well as this, hint of personal preference, I think I'm going to give this sucker a 93 because it's no better, no worse than any macro Belgian style wheat that I've ever come across. At the price, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I should give it a better score than 93 even. It hangs in there. It's nothing wrong with it. Anheuser-Busch has a winner as far as their wheat beer. It's not lacking anything. It's not lacking much in comparison to some of the more craft styles of this style. So yeah, 93 is, well deserved, if not 94. So 93 it is. Cheers, everybody.
Okay. Well,
Cheers.
we'll have to get back. Cheers to you. We'll have to get back to the comments later. But if you watch the replay, you can always see the comments.
And call it an early night. But it was good seeing everybody. Party on. 93 is my score. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, bye-bye. Take care. Let's see here. Now that Nina left, and we're still looking for BC to make a return. He seemed to be having some technical issues.
That's better.
Now, all right. And that's a thing, and that's an aggravation. Usually by this time in the hangout or the show, the comments are coming in so fast you can't keep up. So, but you can always see them when you watch the replay. All right, now. You may be sick for a little. Be sick. All right. Like
For
literally.
Loko.
Well, that stuff there is like, I don't know how anybody could drink that every day.
I did one review for Loko, and that was, I said, no more for me.
Never spent money on that.
I did the Four Loko Gold, and then I remembered that I knew I had watched the Super Bowl, but I couldn't remember. I said, I know I watched it, but I don't remember what happened. I just knew somebody had won and somebody had lost.
Patriots won. Right.
So yeah, Atlanta was winning big, and then the next morning I watched the replay, and I said, okay, that Four Loko Gold wasn't so bad. I said, but my body, like all my joints and my bones hurt, which to me wasn't a good sign. Now, tomorrow morning on my show.
Steel.
No.
All right, settle down. Cool it. Tomorrow morning on my show, known as Dawn Busters. Now, talking about accents, people's accents. They used to have this lady that would be on Channel 6 News in New Orleans. She had like the thickest Ninth Ward accent. Oh, I'm sorry, Ninth Ward accent. She'd come on there, and I used to get a kick out of that. Hey, everybody, I'm Lynn Ganza. It's time for the weather. I just thought that was funny. It's time for the weather.
Was she pretty?
All right.
Was she pretty?
She was just a regular old weather lady. All right. I think she's still alive. Lynn Ganza. All right. Doers. Tomorrow morning, don't be jealous. I know you're getting jealous. Illegal Smooth Mezcal cask finish. Introduced way back in 2019. Y'all might remember 2019. Thanks to David Garlapede, who called me today. David, thank you for this bottle of blended Scotch whiskey, aged 8 years. But I'm afraid it's gonna.
Where's the second L in illegal?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You think you got me there, huh? Well, I'm about to set you straight. Listen here, Mr. Michael Komaroff. You listen, and you had better listen good, Mr. Michael Komaroff.
Jay, you stole the L.
It was illegal to do that. Let me tell you something, Mr. Michael Komaroff. That mezcal cask finish is using Mexican mezcal, and they're roasting it and producing it in Guatemala. They're making mezcal, and they're taking those mezcal casks, or we call them barrels, and they're finishing that blended Scotch whiskey there at that company while using their barrels. And the Spanish word for illegal is illegal, but minus an L.
Okay.
That's what happened to the L. Now,
Okay.
but I'm afraid that I'm going loco, man. I'm going loco, man. Okay. Peacock. Oh, yeah. What was that scene? Hancock. Sound like a bird, man. Okay. Remember Elvira Peacock? She was from Baltimore. Okay. Here's
Ooh.
what's going to take. Yeah.
The
I
winner
think
is,
I think the doers are going to get knocked down tomorrow morning
I think
at
so.
dawn. I think this Buchanan's 12-year age is going to bust it up.
That stuff is good.
But
I
I
like
don't
that.
know. Oh man, this stuff is so smoky.
Yep.
Oh. But that's another time. That's tomorrow. Now the real important stuff. I think the local got me loco. All right, no, but the real, but I think okay.
Drink steel, so you won't feel that way.
Whoa.
Export.
Ooh, triple export.
John, this is not the time for that. All right. Next week, at the same time, is called Goodbye Wildcard Wednesday. Now, before y'all have a conniption fit and nervous breakdown, I got so many things scheduled all the way till June. Now, I know somebody's going to ask me in a week, what's coming up tonight? Remember, next week is Goodbye Wildcard Wednesday. Goodbye Wildcard Wednesday. It's still a Wildcard Wednesday, okay?
That will be me.
We may have some in the future. We still may have some in the future if I run out of ideas, which I don't see that happening. But in February, Nina's already prepping for it. On February 3rd, we have wheat beers. Wheat beer. February 10th, we have Bigfoot Barley Wine Style Ale from Sierra Nevada. Go get your Bigfoot Barley Wine Style Ale. Now, I understand if you can't find it, you can't join, but you can watch and support us, give a moral support.
Patreon account.
Yeah.
Right. I kept looking for that Bigfoot Barley Wine, and then David called me and said, I got it. And we were so excited. February 17th is Tonya. Tonya is the #1 selling beer in Nicaragua. I think there's a locator tool, and I'm going to talk about that in Beer Talk. Some of y'all are in Beer Talk, the chat.
I
And
think I might
then
have heard
February
the review.
20th. What?
I think I may have done a review of that beer. You said Tong? You said Tong what?
Tanya.
Tanya? Okay.
TONA. Or N, yeah.
TONA, and there's a little exont above the N is a little exontigi. All right. February 24th, and this is going to confuse people, but it's really not that confusing. It's Joseph Schlitz Company products. Any beer brand that is made by or under the banner of Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company. You got a lot of choices, and I'll post those in Beer Talk. It's not that complicated. I was looking at one of those today. I've got March already knocked out. I've got all March listed. I've got April listed. I've got May. I've got most of June. I got 2 weeks in June left. So I'm telling you, I'm working on this. I'm trying to find beers that most everybody can get, and wine, and liquor. Michael Coleman was like, not liquor. All right. So it's doable, y'all. And the viewers have told me they're getting a little tired of hearing about beers that they can't find and they've never heard of. All right. So final comments. And then Chief is going to close this out with a very interesting musical selection. I think we have everyone's scores. We got Nina, who had to take off. BC got knocked off. Michael, myself, Bumpy Road, Thomas Metal 75 with his zip code, also known as Massachusetts Beer Reviews, or just Eric. And then Beverage Ramble, also known as the TV Ramble, the movie and TV Ramble, and so on, and James P. Madonna. And we all had some very nice scores, and I think it was very successful. And James is drinking his delicious rum that I've never had, but I sure would love to try it. So now, for your musical entertainment, and don't let your jealousy overtake your,
This Friday, I'll be doing Fandango Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Open topic forum, uncensored, anything goes. You can do reviews. You can talk about any subject. I'll be with Chef Salvatore Mercurio, and then Sunday I do Suck It Up Sunday with Alex the Beer Master usually, and it's the same format. But anyway, getting back to the sounds. Dr. Feelgood. Yeah, you're welcome to join, Ronald Sutton. You could tell any stories you want. There's no restriction on your language. Are you up Friday evenings and Sunday evenings? Yeah, it pairs good with Munster cheese. Munster, Indiana.
Did you redo?
Is it cool to leave early and say I'm very busy? Does that make you look like a big shot?
Great question.
It's like being fashionably late for a formal affair. But if I go to a formal affair, I want a real tall top hat, like Abe Lincoln in the 19th century.
Bumpy, I'll see you later this evening.
Yes.
What I'm hearing.
Ooh, okay.
Michael.
Yeah.
My fellow Aquarius, February 12th. For
Yours
you
comes first. Your birthday comes first.
Happy birthday.
Right.
This is
February
the
26th.
dawning of the
Happy birthday.
Aquarius Nation rules. Woo!
We're about to enter John tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first Aquarius birthday.
Yeah.
So it's the dawning of
Y'all sound like
No, it is coming into the age of Aquarius, 2021. No, I'm serious. According to astrology.
According to Abba.
John and I are ready to lead the nation.
Yes.
Komarov for president.
Chapter
Y'all
40.
y'all sound like
45.
y'all sound like Marilyn. Y'all sound like Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr.
That's right. It was a good song.
Sammy
What was
Davis.
the chubby guy on the Fifth Dimension? He was like, he looked like Chris Christie.
Jay, you ready to sign off?
Yeah.
This madness must end, because when the moon is in the seventh house.
In the seventh house. Now, you notice all the weather women on the Spanish stations are extremely attractive and revealing?
No,
Aren't they? Even some of the local stations in my town, they look quite nice. And
okay, I've noticed that.
In Alabama? I
All
thought
right,
they
all right,
were
all right,
Yes.
all right,
No beer.
religious. I thought
all right,
they were
all right,
Hubba, 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 hubba.
all right,
hubba, hubba, hubba.
all right.
There.
Jesse, beat these people up for me, please. So tomorrow morning on Dawn Busters,
Look at Eric. He's like the fighting.
tomorrow morning on Dawn Busters, tomorrow morning on Dawn Busters, we're gonna let the sun shine.
Let the
Let
sunshine.
the
Outside
sun shine.
Fandango Friday.